My mother spent a lot of time with me as an infant. She taught me how to read and write long before kindergarten. She bought me many children's books, and I read them all. By the time that I started the first grade, I really had no need for what they were teaching my peers in school. I was reading the Hardy Boys series by then. My teachers were exasperated. They told me to sit and draw pictures while they taught the ABCs and arithmetic to the rest of the class. I drew every day through first and second grade, all the while paying attention to the lessons at the front of the class, hoping that the rest of the kids would catch up soon. My teachers loved me. I was no trouble. I was quiet. I just drew pictures. I knew all the answers to all the questions that they asked. Sometimes they would not call on me so as to give other students a chance to learn. In the beginning of the second grade, I was on a space kick and started drawing spaceships, kind of like what you see in Flash Gordon. Most I would take home with me. Every once in a while, my teacher would insist on hanging one of my pictures on the wall next to the blackboard at the front of the class. There were other kids drawing there too. Those drawings stayed up all year. Because of all the time I spent drawing in class, I had developed rudimentary perspective and shading that stood out amongst my peers as a 7-year-old. One day, my drawing made my teacher laugh. She thought something was wrong with the direction that my drawings were taking. My new spaceship did not look like any other spaceship that anyone had ever seen. It was boxy, squatty, wasn't all one color, and kind of ugly. But my teacher put it on the wall because she thought it was well done and a bit funny. Our class was held in the same room for the second and third grade with a new teacher for third. My odd spaceship drawing was still on the wall all through the third grade. One day, my teacher asked me to join her at the principal's office with my drawing. When we got there, my mother and my second grade teacher were there waiting with the principal. They all looked very serious. I wondered what I had done that required such a large group of grown-ups in this meeting. 2 teachers, my mom, the principal, and me. I must be in trouble. I saw fear in the eyes of my second and third grade teachers. My mom was quite upset. The principal asked where I had gotten the idea for the spaceship drawing. I told him that I had just made it up in my mind. He asked if I was sure that I hadn't seen it before. I told him that I knew I didn't look like the ships on Forbidden Planet, Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon, but it just looked right to me. My second grade teacher left the room crying. The third grade teacher went out to comfort her. My mom was now quite angry and told me that the school wanted me to consider a transfer to King's Garden School for the Gifted. They thought it would be better fit for me. I asked if I could still see all my friends at Hillwood Elementary. I went on to say that my friends were finally starting to catch up with me and I really liked most of them. The principal told me that I would make plenty of friends at the new school. My mom grabbed me and stormed out of the office, pushing past the sobbing teachers. She did not talk on the way home. Once we got in the house, she told me what they were upset about. The previous evening, a special program had aired on the TV that showed for the first time a special spacecraft for landing on the moon. My drawing was a very close rendition. This seemed to scare them that I had somehow conjured this image more than a year before the public became aware of the new lunar module. Why is that scary? I asked. People just don't do that, she said. Why not? I see stuff like that all the time. Doesn't everyone? I asked. She told me that she didn't and that most folks didn't. Wow, I thought. I decided to make them live with it. I did not transfer and was happy that I didn't. My fourth grade teacher didn't seem to mind and was quite taken by me. I look back and think where I might be if I had transferred. Kids in gifted schools tend to land in jobs making things that kill people. That was not me. I always wanted to help, not hurt people. I'm convinced that I had made the right choice.